Hi Libra, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are just sort of looking at a little bit of whatever comes out, but I am using some of these beautiful oracle cards. They are my new ones. I will put the name of them in the comments after I upload the video, as I do not have the box with me as of yet. As we know, I am moving house at the moment, so I have totally forgotten the name of this particular deck, but they are all bunny related, and they do have little affirmation type things on the back of each individual card as well. They're a lovely deck. I also will be using the True Love Oracle. Okay, so this is another beautiful new deck, and we'll be confirming messages with the Lenormand of Japan deck there. Okay, so that's how I'm sort of doing it today. We are going to get you some oracles, and then we're going to look a little bit more into that with the Lenormand. Okay, but getting started for you, Libra. Libra, what does Libra need to know, please? What does Libra need to be aware of? That one. Libra, what's going on for our Libras? Okay, so firstly, we do have the lucky bunny. Look at that cute little bunny sitting on a horseshoe there. That does say, I create my reality. Okay, so that one's all about good luck. We do see the clover there, which is, a very, very short-term good luck symbol. Pick a four-leaf clover and you'll have good luck. We do have a clover card in the Lenormand as well. But I create my reality. So if you feel as though you're not, in a position of good luck at the moment, being able to manifest that and create that for yourself at this time. Very auspicious card. It's a very, a good time for you, that there may be some really sort of lucky things happening around you at the moment. We also do have live and learn. Okay, so this is all about, those mistakes that help us learn, and sort of, you can't sort of learn from life unless you experience it. So it does say, I am patient with myself and energized by learning. So rather than looking at mistakes as failures, looking at them as opportunities to grow and learn how to do that differently next time. Okay, but we'll get a couple of the Lenormand to clarify those messages. Okay, Libra. What's going on with Libra being so lucky, please? Okay, and live and learn. Why does Libra need to know that they can live and learn? Okay, so when we are looking at that lucky bunny card there, I do have a wonderful message for you here, Libra. We do have the garden first and foremost. So that's like meetings and invitations, propositions, proposals. So, it doesn't necessarily, when I say proposal, a lot of people presume I mean like engagement proposal, but no, like business proposals, those sorts of things come through as well, because there is good news on the way with the rider. The rider comes in really quickly, and the garden is a very social card as well. So I feel as though for you, Libra, this is some sort of, it's some sort of social thing. Okay, because this can be like event invitations, especially with the rider there. It can kind of be like that event invitation showing up in the mailbox for you. Some sort of business proposal showing up. With that rider, I do feel for a lot of you, this is going to be, paperwork related. I'm not seeing any of the paperwork cards, but I'm just sort of intuitively feeling that for a lot of you, this is going to be something sort of along those lines, like an invitation or a proposal of some description, because it is actually related to your finances, your abundance and wealth there. We do have the fish has come through as well. So good news on the way about your fish, about your money situation. A lot of good luck headed your way. So for some of you, this may be like, unexpected income, those sorts of things. But with that garden card, it's more along the lines of, an invitation to like a meeting. It could be a work meeting or some sort of, meeting that you're invited along to that actually helps you, generate more wealth for yourself. So it's a very interesting combination there with the garden, because the garden really is about, meetings. It can be just hanging out with friends, getting coffee. It can also talk about public spaces. Okay, so it can talk about places like, public gardens, museums, libraries, observatories, all those sorts of public type places. I do see there's a greenhouse here in this particular image, and that feels like it may be important. Some sort of like conservation place, something along those lines. But getting some sort of news. There's definitely news that you will, receive an invitation or receive an invite or a proposition. It does feel like paperwork coming through with that writer, some sort of written news of this event, of this meeting, of this proposal or invite that actually leads to, generating more wealth, more abundance in your life in general. It definitely could be, financial coming through, especially with that lucky bunny. So for some of you, and I do want to mention, I did get this actually just the other day for a sign, a very similar message for another sign, where it's this meeting place, this invitation to go somewhere with the rider there. It definitely could be like a horse track or something like that. The clover in lenormand, the luck kind of element, we do see a horseshoe as well in that card. So there is that aspect of gambling when it comes to that lucky energy. There is that element of, gambling, taking a risk on something, taking a chance on something. So for some of you, this definitely could be related to horses somehow, horse racing, those sorts of things. That's actually really odd that I've gotten that message, and it's such a specific message, and I've gotten that twice in the last few days. So that's really interesting to me. But I am aware that, there is a really big horse race coming up in Australia, the Melbourne Cup. That's happening very, very soon. So if you are in Australia and maybe placing some bets, because it does look as though it will pay off for you quite well, especially if you're like, involved in some sort of event related to that. So I know, in some of my past jobs, we've celebrated the Melbourne Cup races here in Australia. It's a really big thing. It's our biggest, they call it the race that stops a nation. So, they have like a public holiday or a half public holiday or a public type, like a holiday type day. And a lot of workplaces do hold little, betting ring, like little bets within the workplace and things like that. So, if you're invited to a Melbourne Cup party or a party, to do with something like that, I would definitely, be putting a few dollars in the ring, because it may pay off really well for you. But I'm not saying, go put your whole life savings, or, only bet what you can afford to bet. Do not, do not be putting yourself at financial risk, for, that's just my personal advice. I'm not a big gambler, so I you see, you're lucky to get me to spend $10 gambling on things, and that's about it. The biggest gamble I take is I play the lottery, and that's about it. But when we are looking at that live and learn card, making mistakes and being okay to make those mistakes, they're not failures, they're opportunities to learn. It is showing me what some of these mistakes are, these mistakes that you may be seeing as failures in the past, because we do have the whip followed by the tower. So with the whip and and the tower there, it does sort of let us know that this is something from your past, something that's happened in the past, some sort of trouble or tension that you've experienced in the past. It definitely could be, to the point of a conflict, a fight with somebody, a fight about something. So we are seeing conflict and drama and, tension within you. From the past, though. It's definitely from the past, with that tower there. And I am just sort of intuitively feeling that, it's kind of just that vibe of you looking back, going, oh, what a huge mistake I made, by trusting that person when it just ended in this big conflict, or but actually asking you to, use that also with the tower, to use that to, build your foundations strong, and learn from those mistakes that you may have, made, or the quarrels that you have experienced in the past. So using that experience to help you fortify the tower of yourself, to learn from that experience, and not allow that same experience to reoccur in the future for you. But the strongest thing I'm getting here is about, what you are given the opportunity to learn from this past experience is, we do have the wish card as well, the star card there. Okay, so that's all about, your wishes, your truest desires, and how you can actually fulfill your dreams, those sorts of things. Having hope and optimism for the future as well. So this is really an opportunity for you to learn what it is that, right at the foundation, right at the base of the fortress of Libra. What can you learn from this past experience in order to know exactly what you wish for out of similar situations in the future? So it's really sort of, giving you that opportunity to learn, how to, um, using the past experience as, I don't want that. I want this over here, that, and being able to be a lot more specific to yourself about what it is that you do desire and what you are not willing to accept, because you've learnt your lesson from that, and we're moving forward into, learning how to be hopeful and optimistic that the future holds, the full extent of that wish. So a lot of the time when we see that troubled past, experience there, obviously that's, there was always usually some element of you being, connected to that, emotionally on some level, where you may have felt as though you had invested in that situation in the past, and that for it comes through quite a lot in my personal readings, but it's kind of like you, there was elements there that you thought that was what you wished for, but now you're realizing that wasn't what I wished for. The full extent of my wish is this, and learning that, those things over here were not actually your truest desires, and that you do, you're now given that opportunity to sort of, streamline your wish, and start manifesting, in a much more hopeful, positive way with that. Okay. Now we'll, have a look with the true love cards for you, Libra. Okay. Libra, what does Libra need to know about love, please? Okay, so that's actually connecting to that last little message there, because we do have the, it is connecting to this live and learn card here, because firstly we do have the self-respect card. Okay, and you can see that they're headed towards that tower there is a tower in this particular image as well. So it's once again referring to that past, learning from the past, in order to, gain more self-respect when it comes to matters of the heart. How can you be acting with more self-respect, for, having more those boundaries firm, and I wish for this particular thing over here, and I will not accept anything less anymore. I'm not going to accept those trouble from the past. I'm not going to accept those same mistakes again. You know, having that self-respect to keep those boundaries firm, and know that you've learnt that lesson, and that you are, you know, using past experiences to learn, and learning self-respect as well. So coming through, lovely linked there. But we also do have the divine masculine. Okay, so this is actually kind of referring to, I do feel as though for a lot of you this is referring to a person. So I'm going to grab some you know, extra information about that one. But you know, the divine masculine, I did do a divine masculine reading you know, at the start of last month, if you're interested in learning how to balance that out within yourself, because you know, with the self-respect, you do need to have the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. But I am feeling for you, Libra, that this is referring to a person. Okay, so this is someone quite heavy in their masculinity. Someone probably, you know, quite strong and powerful, and a little bit domineering, or not in a negative way though, because we've got the divine masculine, so it really does have a lot of strength and power, and protection. Divine masculine is very protective as well. But we'll have a look there, because you know, we don't like to genderize the masculine and feminine either. So you know, it doesn't matter whether you are interested in you know, masculine or feminine energy. The person that we're picking up on is coming through quite strong masculine. But it definitely could be, you know, a woman just standing strong. You know, that it's that boss girl kind of vibe when it's a female in their divine masculine. It does have that sort of, you know, they're very independent and headstrong kind of energy. So it doesn't matter about gender. Okay. Okay. Can I get some information for Libra about this divine masculine, please? Divine masculine for Libra in love. Okay, so firstly, we do have the autumn card. Okay, so I usually do read the seasons as my own, and we're currently in spring, so this is the, you know, the opposite season. So another 6 months or whatever from now. So I wouldn't actually, you know, because that would be going into next year. I don't actually feel as though this is talking about the seasons though, because when we do see the autumn card, it does bring to mind, you know, the shifting of the seasons, the leaves changing color. So it's kind of like, once again, I'm getting that live and learn message. So you're kind of, you know, shifting your colors to you know, you're wanting something a little bit different. So in the past, if you, when it comes to, you know, partners, if you've looked for, you know, yellow partners, then all of a sudden you're deciding, oh no, I don't want a yellow partner anymore. I want red partners, because you know, I've shifted my perspective. I've got self-respect now, and in yellow just do not, they're just not, you know, up to par. They're not, you know, divine enough. They're that chaotic masculine. They're not actually the divine masculine or feminine. So I'm actually, you know, setting my sights a bit higher now, and I'm going for the red leaves now, not the yellow leaves. So it's kind of you shifting. There's a big shift in you coming through with that. It's kind of like you're shifting seasons, and you're shifting your. I feel for a lot of you, this is you shifting your perception of people when it comes to love. Like I sort of said, you're having a lot more self-respect, and you're feeling as though, you know, you are um like, in, I'm just feeling intuitively there that in the past there's a certain type of person that you've sort of said to yourself, I don't deserve to be with somebody like that, whereas now you're shifting into an energy where you are you know, on the same energy level as those people, and so all of a sudden you're like, do you know what, in the past I didn't think I deserved that type of person, but now I feel like I deserve that type of person, or that I could be with that type of person. So you, it's just a shift in you a little bit about, you know, what you're actually looking for in love and relationships. Just a slight, it's not a huge shift, it's just a slight shift. So it's kind of like it's just that vibe of you know, not putting up with you know, things that are not up to par. You know, that you've learnt your lessons and you're you know, looking for more, I feel, than what you have been looking for in the past. In the past, you were willing to put up with, you know, you were willing to like let qualities slide, let red flags slide even, and you were kind of like, oh, well, maybe they'll change. But now you're realizing, oh, they're not going to change. I'm going to go for someone who doesn't need to change, that they're already everything that I want. Okay, so that's you just kind of, just an inner shift, I feel, going on within you, just towards the type of people that you are attracted to when it comes to love. Because we do see the book here as well. So it's kind of like, yeah, entering into the unknown, entering into, you know, chapters that haven't been read yet. You haven't experienced these type of people before. It's a brand new chapter. There definitely could be a new person entering the story of Libra as well, because we do also have the dog energy there. So I am feeling for a lot of you that there is somebody new entering your story, and we are, you know, you've had a bit of a shift, and you're now, you know, this divine masculine energy. It's very, very strong, and I do feel as though, you know, in the past you may have gone for that, you know, the chaotic masculine energy, and not. And like I said, let certain things slide. But now you're, you know, you've got your self-respect, and you've got your foundation strong, and you're shifting slightly into, you know, what you do want to attract, and you know exactly where you want your story to go from here, and you're not going to take subpar characters. You're not going to allow that a character to come into the story that, you know, is only going to be in there for a chapter. You're kind of like, nope, I want, you know, a good solid character coming on through into my story, and we do see that here with that dog energy. Okay, the dog energy, it is a friendship card. So for a lot of you, we may be looking at some sort of connection that is starting through a friendship somehow. So you may, you know, just be friends with somebody to start with, or develop more after. But I feel for some of you, you may be meeting someone through a friend. Okay, so um, that may be the case for some of you, but overall, the dog card really does talk about somebody who is like that loyal little puppy. They've got a lot of loyalty towards you. They want to support you and care for you, and you know, they can be a bit of a guard dog and protective energy. Like I said, with the divine masculine, they are quite strong and protective of an energy there. But it really is that loyalty and compassion and support that I feel that you haven't had in the past, and you've learned that, no, I want that support, I want that loyalty in the future, and now we're definitely headed forwards, you know, into that. So I do feel that that little shift that you're making with, you know, what you are, you know, clarifying what it is that you're wishing for, and really sort of streamlining your wishes there. It's leading you into a much more positive energy where you've got that respect backing you up, and you are going to start finding that, you know, like attracts like, because you are sort of, you know, you've learned a lot, and you've grown a lot. You start actually attracting people that are already grown as well. So I do find, you know, with that divine masculine energy there, like I said, gender doesn't really matter, but you will be sort of attracting somebody who already is everything that you want. That, you know, there's not anything where you've got to, oh, maybe I can fix that. Oh, maybe I'll just have to let that slide. No, this person is actually already those things that you're asking for. So, you know, for those of you who are already in connections, it's just a matter of you sort of streamlining how you're moving forward in that connection, and you know, because I'm seeing that self-respect coming through strong. It's kind of like you know, that small shift in you, it's going to have that flow and effect as well. And, you know, you having more self-respect and standing up for yourself more, and demanding that support and compassion and that loyalty from this, you know, if you do already have a partner as well. So I'm definitely feeling, though, for a lot of the Libras watching, this is probably a brand new person, okay, or just brand new chapter for you in love, okay. Well, that's what we have for you today, Libra. Do leave me a comment and let me know if that resonated for you. But you're more than welcome to check your other placements as well. But thank you for your time.